I want to begin with the latest COVID numbers. In Massachusetts, as of yesterday, Monday, 765 new confirmed cases, bringing the total of confirmed cases in Massachusetts to 136,933. There were 13 new deaths yesterday, bringing the total of deaths in Massachusetts to 9,401. In Boston, as of yesterday's numbers, we had 98 new cases in the city of Boston, bringing a total in Boston to 18,136 cases. We had 4 new deaths yesterday since Friday. That's a three-day total, bringing our total deaths to 768. And we just ask everyone to keep those that are sick and suffering and the families with COVID-19 in your thoughts and prayers. And for the loved ones that you've lost, we want you to know that we're thinking of you every day here. The data for the week ending October 5th, we remained at the somewhat elevated rate of activity that we've seen over the past few weeks here in the city of Boston. The positive tests went down from about 73 new cases a day to about 69 new cases per day, but testing also went down slightly in the city of Boston. 1,725 Boston residents were tested each day, an average of last week. So our positive testing rate has held steady here for a couple weeks now in the city at 4.1%. Neighborhood data, Dorchester 02121, 02125 had the highest rate of COVID positive testing in the city last week, followed by Hyde Park. Cases in East Boston went down to 6.5%. Last week, if you remember, we were at, I think it was 8.9%, so we've seen a decrease there. Dorchester 02122, 02124, Roxbury, South Boston, and other neighborhoods are at over 4% positive rate in the neighborhoods. Young adults and the Latino community continue to see the highest number of new cases in them. We continue to focus on multilingual outreach all throughout the city and access to testing and healthcare in these communities and in every other neighborhood that we have in the city. I'm announcing today that we have launched a second mobile testing site. The first team is in partnership with East Boston Neighborhood Health Center. Right now it's in Central Square in East Boston until October 21st. So anybody that wants to get a test, you can go to Central Square and you can get tested. Our new team is a partnership with the Whittier Street Health Centers. Right now it's in Nubian Square in Roxbury until October 24th as well. In addition, CVS has begun testing at 2 new sites on Friday in neighborhoods with elevated rates. They are now testing at the pharmacies on Saratoga Street in East Boston and at Gallatin Boulevard in Dorchester. In all, we have nearly 30 active testing sites across the city. If you go to boston.gov/coronavirus, we have a map there. If you have an iPhone and you just, on your map app, just punch in coronavirus testing and the testing locations where you are at that moment will be on the map. We're going to continue to monitor and share the data. We'll continue working closely with our healthcare experts and our medical community, and we're bringing resources and information where it's needed the most. But we can't get these numbers down without your help. We're asking people to wear masks. We're asking you to wash your hands with soap and warm water as often as possible. We're asking you to clean commonly touched areas such as your car doorknobs, or if you're in work, your office doorknobs or your home doorknobs. We're asking you to keep physical distance from other people. We're asking you to avoid gatherings, especially large parties. And I'm also suggesting that you get a flu shot. If you haven't had a flu shot, I got one on Friday. If you get a flu shot, obviously with the flu this year, it's going to be complications with deciding. You might think you have the coronavirus, you have the flu, so getting a flu shot keeps those numbers down.